Hey guys and gals, this is your host Joe, Life with Yosef. Thank you for watching this incredibly sad and difficult vlog. The title is every bit as horrific as you think it is. My wife, Marianne, one of the kindest, sweetest, gentlest souls I've ever known, who truly loved me, faults and all, owed and praise that woman. Freya, show my wife a favor in the afterlife. Um, Yesterday, the PT gal was by, and PT's useless now, and her and I were kind of talking, and my wife heard all this, but we're going to schedule an on-site hospice consult, and after she left, it was about 11:15 maybe. And my wife and I reiterated the very difficult discussion, what the plans are that y'all need to be having with the people in your circle so everyone's on the same page. I assured her that I would not let her go anywhere but Kaiser, and only with an articulable, reasonable plan for treatment and what the end goal of the treatment would be. I said, if they don't have that, I'm not letting you go. So she started to become semi-conscious. She was mumbling a lot. We always used the euphemism, go see Chico at the Rainbow Bridge, or go be with Chico, when we talked about deaths and our deaths. And she kind of said loud enough, not screaming, but she said, Chico, I'm on my way. And I thought, well, this is going to happen right in front of me. I'm glad I was there. She got calm. She got quiet. Right about that time, the my home care gal, T, now she had known, and I had met her at the door, and I said, it's happening right now. And so T walked in. T checked the oxygen on that little finger dealy. T tried for a pulse. We looked for respiration. I was shaking her, and mildly and talking to her, trying to get her to wake up, and she was cold. And you have to call 911 in California because an unattended death, the sheriff's department has to respond because it's an unattended death. So the fire department came out, then the ambulance, and then the sheriffs, and we had a DNR. She brought it home on Monday from Kaiser, and I'm telling you people this: if you don't have the document legally done, ready to go in your hand, you risk a real issue with somebody's wishes not being met. They don't care if everybody in the room tells them they're going to have a problem. You could have it I've read this, you could have it tattooed on you, and it's still not enough. You gotta have the document. So any of you who really haven't gotten this done and thinking, well, one day, well, my one day was yesterday. So this is y'all really need to be paying attention here. Now, so the sheriffs have protocol, and so the sheriffs in California, the sheriff and the coroner are pretty much the same office. And so the coroners have sworn investigators who are deputies, because the corporal who came said that's one of his previous assignments. And so the other deputy, they went in, they, checked her. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, I had called a funeral home. Oh God, I should know the name. I'll have to text it in. My memory. It's a tough time right now. And I called them and I said, here's the situation. And Josh was the guy. So Eaton in Modesto. And Josh says, well, we're going to come out, but the sheriffs have to call us. If the sheriffs don't call us, then you call us. Okay. So I get talking with the corporal, and he says, "Oh yeah, Eaton, I've dealt with him, top people." And then Tia had said the same thing. You know, she has exposure to them, I guess, and they really seem to do well. So the fire had left, the ambulance had left, and the sheriffs had left, and the Eaton showed up, and they took my wife away, and that was that. So my mom said something today. She said, "It's not the day your spouse dies." And I thought about this last night. It's the next morning when you get up and there's nobody in the bed, and you're only making a half a pot of coffee and only heating up one crescent because it's only you. And last night when I was on Facebook, you know, I there's like 3 or 4 things. I used to IM my wife a bunch of this nonsense, pictures and stuff, and it's like, well, I have nobody to send it to. So anyway, today I woke up like at 4:30, and it was just very difficult. But I went to Jack in the Box. I came back. I got up. I had a 12 o'clock with Josh in Modesto. So I made a few calls, and then I went to the mortuary. It's $1,950 something dollars, and bluntly, I'm going to pick up my wife in a plastic, like a wastebasket with a sealable lid, and her remains are going to be in a bag, and then in the container. She said they don't split, they don't do any of that stuff. Here you go, which I'm good with. So should be about 3 weeks for the cremation and the death certificates. Now I'm telling you guys, you're going to want to have enough death certificates. My brother George, who I talked to yesterday, said, you know, make sure you have enough. And I think he used like 12 because you have to have enough. Everybody wants a death certificate. So I got 15. So I can't do any of the banking or the pensions or any of that until I have a death certificate. But I'm going to get the survivor's share of my wife's pension, and then I need to adjust my pension because I no longer have the survivor share that I'm paying for with a reduced benefit. That goes away, and I think it bumps up $200 or $300. I'm not positive. So, and then you can't close any bank account without having a death certificate. So there's it's just I can't even get the phone shut off. So there's that. So I had a more longer and involved nonsense that I recorded this morning. It's like it's already 8 minutes. It was like 12 and a half. I do want to point out, I want to specifically thank my brother Paul and my brother Leif, who both on the phone last night said, "Dude, you need to come and see us. You need to come down. As soon as you can, you come." So I told them both, as soon as I get some of this stuff wrapped up, and I'll probably take a KP2 up to Carson for a week, and then I'll see about if I could park it anywhere down where Leif lives in Riverside County. Yeah, I'll just do it, I guess. So I'm not having any services. I'm not having an obituary, and I'm contemplating the scattering of her and Chico together. And I'm leaning towards, and I want to thank my bro, Tony, and Tony's a gal, but she's still my bro. Mentioned she had scattered her mom in 2 or 3 places, and then my brother Paul said, "Dude, split the ashes." It's like, well, shit, no shit. So I'm leaning towards, just as I make this today, scattering half scattering half at Bessendorf Beach, which is a Goose County beach with a campground, and we've stayed there before. It's on video. So, yeah, just scatter them right in the ocean right there. Now, they make a tube, a dissolvable tube that you could put the ashes in. When we scattered my stepdad, or my birth dad Joe, we poured him out of the urn, and it was windy, and it's like, no, this is just not the way to do it. And so I'm going to try this. So I'm going to have two of these, and then I'm going to buy a small little urn that I'll just have in my go bag. So that's, I think, what the plan is. There are some people I broached this with. I'm going to try to see if it could work out for everybody. I think that's about it. So I cut this down maybe a minute. I'm sorry about that. But this is your host. This is Joe, your host, Life with Yosef. I'm a widower. What more is there to say? But thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And for all the people that reached out to me last night. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. Keep your head in the game. And we'll see you for the next one.